There is a giant swarm of bees pollinating this poison oak bush behind me. Now that's what I call double trouble. I'd hate to slip and fall into that poison oak bush, get stung up by bees and poison oak. I'm in the southernmost section of the Cleveland National Forest today to tackle one of the best natural water slides in Southern California, Three Sisters Falls. It's kind of late in the season, it's the end of April, but I'm hoping it's flowing because I've been wanting to tackle this amazing three-tiered natural water slide for a long time. It's a popular hike. I got here at 7:30 and you can see the parking lot is already full. So if you're gonna come out here, get here early. It's about a 4-mile round trip hike. There's lots of poison oak. So I got my long sleeves and long pants on today. It's gonna be an epic day, whether it's flowing or not. Hopefully it's flowing, fingers crossed. Let's go check out Three Sisters Falls. This place has always been a popular hike, but I read they recently redid the trail, made it wider, safer. So that's only going to increase the popularity. The drive-in was beautiful. Once you hit the dirt road, there's these beautiful mountains in the background. I saw a bunch of deer. Actually saw a wild turkey, but he actually flew away before I got my camera out. Those things move quick. Wild turkeys, not to be confused with a jive turkey, which is what some have called me. One of the interesting things about the Cleveland National Forest is it has both chaparral and riparian vegetation. What does that mean? Chaparral is more shrub-like, kind of like what we're walking by now, characteristic of the Mediterranean ecosystem. And then riparian is going to be something that you're going to find along streams and rivers. It's going to be vegetation, bigger trees that require more water. So you get a nice diversity of landscape. You get the shrubbery of the Mediterranean landscape, and then as we get closer to the water source, you're going to get that nice green riparian shade, hopefully, and some bigger trees, beautiful mountains on both sides. There was kind of a giant pack of people. I let them pass me, but I mean, I got to get moving because I could sit here and film bees all day long, but if I keep doing that, I'm never going to make it to the waterfall. We got to get that adrenaline going, guys. We got to get the slide. Hopefully it's flowing. Look what we have here, guys. One of my favorite trail foods, wild edibles, yucca. The blossoms are actually pretty good. You gotta watch out for the base though. These spikes, they'll get you. You can always use an extra fuel source when you're on the trail. A couple extra carbs, right? These blossoms, they're starchy. Sometimes they can be bitter, sometimes they can be actually pretty sweet. This one's all right. So that first bite is a little sweet, and then it hits you with a little bit of a sour aftertaste. But I mean, in terms of if you're on the trail, survival situation, or just want a quick snack, you don't want to deplete if you brought snacks with you, or if you didn't bring any, especially on the hike back up out of here. Free food, free snacks, yucca blossoms. There is a giant swarm of bees pollinating this poison oak bush behind me. Now that's what I call double trouble. I'd hate to slip and fall into that poison oak bush, get stung up by bees and poison oak. I may have gotten poison oak bad several times, but I have not been simultaneously stung by a swarm of bees. You never know, you're tired, walking back up, you trip, fall into a poison oak bush, get stung by 1,000 bees. If that's gonna happen to anybody, I think the chances of it happening to me are pretty good. Well, first glimpse of Three Sisters Falls in the background there. It looks like there is water, so it is flowing. And then the only question would be, how deep is the pool? Because obviously, I want to make sure it's deep enough if I'm going to slide it or cliff jump or anything like that. I know this is probably common sense for most of you rational people out there, but don't go head first, guys, okay? Don't go head first down the slide at Three Sisters. I'm working on a nice shiner right here. It's like I took a good right hook from Mike Tyson, but it's probably one of the last weekends you'll be able to slide this. The pool is really only waist deep in this one middle spot, and it's hard to control your slide to be able to get to that spot. Whatever you do, always depth check it and be safe. It's not an adventure until I'm bloody. But you know what? Scrapes, bruises, it's all the price of admission. It's worth it. Way better than a water park. I've been told that the new trail, the Wyden Trail, is easier than the old trail. I don't know, I came down the new trail, I didn't know where the old trail was. But a lot of poison oak on the trail, so you want to be mindful of that. This is probably the last weekend that I would recommend. I wouldn't even recommend sliding it this weekend, but you know, from here on out it's gonna get drier. That upper pool though, at the base of the top falls is like 6.5 feet deep at the deepest point, so there's a good like 3/4 of the way up the side. There's a good jump there, a good 20-25 foot jump maybe. The ropes to get up to the upper tiers are not 100% necessary. I didn't need to use them to get up or down. You guys know my philosophy on ropes. If you don't set them yourself, don't trust them. I think that that's a big problem here with these ropes that are just left out. Nobody's inspecting them. Somebody could get injured really badly because a lot of people are trusting these ropes and nobody's inspecting them. So if you don't place a rope yourself, don't ever trust it. If you have to use it marginally. Don't put 100% of your body weight on a rope you don't know anything about. Cliff jumping, natural water slide, Three Sisters Falls. We're about an hour and a half from the Mexican border and about an hour and a half east of San Diego. I hope this video inspires you to get out there, find your adventure, and be infamous.
Sweet spot!
Infamous.